Good evening and welcome to the Cherry Hill West Weekly Report. I'm Joan Frank.
And I'm Kelly Dean. Baccalaureate services will be held Sunday, June 19th at 3 p.m. in the First Baptist Church at 800 Pennsylvania Avenue in Cherry Hill. Graduation will be held on Monday, June 20th at 6 p.m. in the stadium. All seniors are to report to the Jones Gym by 4:30 that afternoon.
Caps and gowns and graduation tickets will be distributed on Thursday, June 16th in the developmental gym between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock to those seniors who have cleared their obligations. All seniors planning to participate in the ceremony must attend graduation rehearsals, which are scheduled for June 17th and 20th at 8 o'clock p.m. in the Jones Gymnasium. The rhododendrons and azaleas that garland the Chapel Avenue border of the school give a sense of pride and satisfaction to all of us at West. Reporter Kelly Dean spoke to Mr. Davidow about the improvements in our school's appearance.
Mr. Davidow is here today, and he's in charge of the school beautification project. Mr. Davidow, could you tell us a little bit about the project?
Yes, Kelly. Several years ago, when we had our silver anniversary celebration, a group of students and faculty decided that it would be a real nice gesture if each year we can do a number of plantings around the front of the school, putting in purple and white azaleas and purple and white rhododendrons, and just making the school look a lot more beautiful in the front than it currently does.
Okay, and who's funding the project?
Well, when it started off, the class of 1981 left funds to do the first phase of the project, which has been completed and is on both sides of the steps leading up to Chapel Avenue. This year, the school store is continuing the project and is providing the funds to the second phase, which will take place in approximately 2 weeks around the Chapel Avenue sign.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Davidow.
Everyone here is proud of the outstanding performance of West's fine softball team in their great season. Reporter Kelly Dean spoke with Coach Sadar about the team.
West's softball team advanced to the state title championship game this past Saturday. West was defeated by a strong Ridgewood team. The softball team finished their season with a 19-7 record. Mr. Sadar is here today, and he's going to talk about the season. Mr. Sadar, what was your opinion of your season?
I was very pleased. It's very few teams get the opportunity to advance to the state title game, and in fact, in the history of the school, this is the first softball team that ever get that far, so I have to be pleased with the season.
Okay, and how about the seniors you'll be losing?
We'll be losing 7 of them, and I'm really a loss of words to indicate my feelings about losing them. They all outstanding athletes, and got to be very close to them, but of course we're going to have to rebuild and look to the future.
And how does next year look?
Right now, I really haven't thought an awful lot about next year. However, my JV coach and my freshman coach have both indicated there are some very good athletes down there, so I'm sure we will be competitive as we always are.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sadar, and congratulations.
You're welcome.
We thought it would be appropriate to have as our final newscast for the year a brief interview with Mrs. Katz. Joan Frank spoke with the principal in her office.
Mrs. Katz joined West in February of '82. This June, she's completing her first full year here at West. Mrs. Katz, what were your goals at the beginning of this year, and do you think you reached them?
Well, one of my major goals, of course, was to improve attendance at Cherry Hill West, mainly because I feel that students have to be in their classrooms in order to learn, and I think we have achieved that. If you look at the attendance figures, I think we've been very successful. Our attendance has been in the 94% range, whereas in previous years, we were at 90 or a bit below 90%. So that means a lot of kids are in class and are learning. That was a major thing. I also wanted to improve student activities and have many more students involved in a variety of activities, and I think we've done that. I think we have a lot of things going, and I think there was a lot of spirit in the school this year. But that was a big objective for me. I think behavior in general has changed. I think that students have improved their behavior. We've worked with 4 grade level assistant principals instead of 2, and I think that has helped in the area of discipline and behavior. So that was the 3rd objective of mine.
Okay, and what were the high points of the year?
Now, there were a lot of high points this year. Very exciting things have happened. We had a lot of great sports teams and people who won all kinds of things, the soccer team, the basketball team, the tennis, girls tennis, softball went to the finals this year, lacrosse went to the finals, the baseball team won their Olympic conference banner. So I think that there were a lot of things that were very exciting about the athletic program. We had a wonderful senior trip. We took many, many more students this year. We last year had 103. This year, 179 students went to Florida and had a wonderful time. I think the Knowledge Bowl was very exciting. We had a very high academic group who represented the excellence in this school, and I think they showed that academically Cherry Hill West is certainly way up there. So there were a lot of really, I think, exciting things that happened.
Okay, how about graduation? Is there anything different planned for graduation than has been done previous years?
Well, as far as the plans go, we will, the layout of graduation is going to be a little bit different. We have decorated a bit differently. I want it to be a surprise, so I'm not going to tell everybody what it is, but I think our layout and decorations are much more beautiful. We also have many more faculty members coming to graduation, so that, I think, will be terrific. I think the students want their teachers there, and I think the fact that they're coming is an honor to these students, so I think that will help. Generally, it's the same, except for some of the physical layout there.
Okay, what about next year? Is there anything planned for next year that you could tell us about, or any changes?
I can tell you about a few changes. Originally, I had thought that we were going to move the assistant principals along with the classes, but I have decided to keep the assistant principals at the grade level where they are now. In other words, Mr. Jordan will be the senior assistant principal for the class of '84. Mr. Harvey will have the juniors, Mr. Moore will have the 10th grade, and Mr. Searles will stay with the freshmen who come in. So that will be a difference.
Was there any reason for that you did it that way? Or?
Yes, there are several reasons. First of all, being senior house principal takes on a lot of duties. Yearbook, caps and gowns, trip to Florida, worrying about whether the seniors have enough credits, keeping them, in their classes so that they make certain that they pass. And changing that position every year to a new person, I think, would not be as beneficial to the students as keeping someone there who is experienced in that area. Mr. Searles worked very well with the 9th graders. He also prepares the budget, and I think that keeping him at that level will be good for the kids and good for the school. There are a lot of other reasons. Most of the time, the assistant principals are dealing with behavior and discipline. Maybe it's better for students to get a fresh start. Yeah. Instead of having someone walk and say, "Oh, you again," they get a fresh start. They now talk to somebody different in the next year. There is one other change that is going to be, I think, very positive for the school. We're going to have a part-time director of activities next year, and it's going to be Barbara Banks, Mrs. Banks, who is this year's senior class advisor. Yeah. I think having someone in that position is going to make a big difference in the school, and I think she's going to do a terrific job. Mr. Ken Schmidt is going to be the advisor to the student government, and we're very excited about that, and he's excited. He's very happy about doing it. Mr. Belfield, Mr. Walter Belfield, is going to be the National Honor Society advisor, and again, I think that's going to be very positive for the students, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be terrific.
Okay, and what are your plans for the summer?
My own personal plans? I'm leaving on June 25th for Israel for 3 weeks. My sister lives there permanently, and her son is being bar mitzvah July 2nd, so the family will be meeting in Israel on July 2nd, and I will be away until the 18th of July, and then I will be here at work.
Okay, well, I think you deserve a vacation. Okay, thanks a lot, and thanks for everything you've done for us.
Please watch Channel U34 this summer for special events in the schools, township library, and summer recreation program. Don't forget every Wednesday also at 7 p.m. to tune in for the best of the year's broadcast. Thank you for watching the West Weekly Report. Please join us in September when the program will be resumed. Good night.
Have a great summer. Good night.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final edition of Brainerd News. For some of us here at Brainerd, this is our last show, so we put together a special presentation of Brainerd News. First, here is Amy Miller with our regular spring sports wrap-up.
The spring sports season has come to a close, and tonight we have the final sports wrap-up for the entire season. First, the 8th grade boys baseball team ended their season with an excellent record of 7 wins and 3 losses, coming in second in their league. The 7th grade boys baseball team didn't do quite as well, but wrapped up their season with 2 wins and 3 losses. On the female side of the story, our 8th grade girls softball team played well this spring, finishing up with 7 wins and 4 losses. The 7th grade girls also did well. 4 wins and 2 losses was their final record. Coming out of the baseball diamond and onto the track and field, Brainerd became even a better team. Our track team ended with a terrific record of 5 wins and 0 losses, winning the championship in their league. Congratulations to all the sports team for doing such a fine job this season. This has been Amy Miller for Brainerd News. Mike?
Thank you, Amy. And here is the other half of that sister-brother team, Charlie Miller, with his story for the month of June. Charlie?
June is loaded with many activities. June is the month for weddings. Every girl wants to be the June bride. Also, June contains some holidays. Yesterday, June 14th, we celebrated Flag Day. On this day, we honor our national emblem. This Sunday, June 19th, is Father's Day. On this day, we honor all the fathers of the world. Here's our card for Father's Day. But next week is probably the most important day in a lot of Cherry Hill students' lives. That's the day a great many young people graduate from elementary, junior high, and senior high. All of these dates are advertised on channel U34 along with other important information. And the last thing happening in June, something that's not the quite happiest moment, but life must go on. We, the 8th grade students here on the Brainerd News team, will be doing our last show as Brainerd students. Now that's a happening we won't forget. This is Charlie Miller, and that's my story for 8283. Hope to see you next year on West Report. Goodbye.
Thank you, Charlie. And here is the man who will tell you how Brainerd News works, Mr. Stagliano.
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Pretty good.
First of all, I'd like to tell our audience about how we operate here on Brainerd News, what we have to do to put a show on every week. First of all, we don't put many demands on the students here. The one thing they have to do is that they have to read this rule book here called Brainerd News Rules. And I don't ask them to do much. I just want them to read it from cover to cover, and we have a test on it every week. And if they do that, then they perform on the show. So aside from that, everything else runs smooth. What I'd like to do today is show you another man that you never see on the screen, because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't see us right now. And that's Mr. Gordon Hampson from Cherry Hill East, who does all the taping and editing and camera work for Brainerd News. I'd like to show you right now a tape that was done on May 4th. I'd like to show you the finished product. So if we can show that tape right now, I'll explain later how that tape originated.
Good evening, this is Michael Arrington welcoming you to Brainerd News. This week has been a busy one for us here at Brainerd. The spring sports season has just gotten underway, and also last Friday was Arbor Day. We here at Brainerd honored Arbor Day by planting a cherry tree in Brainerd's own front yard. And now to get on with tonight's show, here is Amy Miller with the spring sports results.
The spring season has really taken off here at Brainerd, and within 1 week, 11 contests were held. 5 baseball, 5 softball, and 1 track meet. The first contest, boys 8th grade baseball, was not the greatest way to open the spring sports season. We lost to Beck 6-1. By Thursday, our 7th grade girls got things rolling though, and with a 20-13 victory over the same school our baseball team lost to, Beck. Also on Thursday, the 7th grade boys defeated Beck with a score of 11-4. On this past Friday, both softball teams played games, and the 7th graders overcame Mount Laurel 20-13. Back home, Mount Laurel defeated our 8th grade 4-0. The 8th grade boys had their first win of the season, also on Friday, versus Christ the King. Meanwhile, the track team wrapped up another meet by winning over Toms River. During this meet, Terry Ferguson broke a record that was held for 10 years. 5 feet, 8 3/4 inches is a new high jump record at Brainerd. We will fill you in more about this meet later on in the evening.
Thank you, Amy. And now I would like to introduce Andrea Kilpatrick, who is interviewing some very special guests.
Here we are interviewing Brainerd's 3 track coaches who you've all seen before on Brainerd News. Mr. Murphy, what is your job as assistant track coach?
Andrea, I'm responsible for the long-distance runners and also working with the relay teams this year.
Mr. Montgomery, what is your job as a member of the Brainerd track staff?
My primary job is with our weight men, which are our shot putters and discus throwers.
Thank you. Mr. Golden, we're not going to ask you any typical interview questions, but could you just tell us a little bit about Brainerd's track team?
Well, Andrea, Brainerd's track team over the years, I think, has built up a tradition. We've been fortunate with this tradition basically because of the student body that we've had. We've had students who are willing to work hard, and we've had coaches who are willing to work hard with the students. And you throw a little bit of luck in there, and I think that is the reason for the successful record that we've had over the years. We had one loss in the dual meet in the 16 years that we've had track at Brainerd. And students know this, and I think that that tradition of winning and excellence enables us to attract many good athletes in our school.
Well, just recently there was a record broken here at Brainerd, wasn't there?
Yes, the high jump record, which had stood for 10 years, was broken against Toms River this past week by Terry Ferguson. He cleared the bar at 5 feet 8 3/4 inches. Terry is what I consider an ideal athlete. He is intelligent, he works hard, and he also has good athletic skills to boot. I look for Terry to even better that mark by the end of the year. I don't think that 6 feet is out of the question for him if he continues to work hard. Andrea, we have with us this morning Terry Ferguson, the young man who set the record against Toms River just this past week. Terry, why don't you come in for a few minutes? Andrea has a question she'd like to ask you.
Terry, how did it feel when you knew that the bar was at record-breaking height?
Well, the first 2 times I jumped, I did miss it, as you see on the tape. And the 3rd time, I concentrated as hard as I can. And with the coaching of Dom Golden, it helped me get over the bar, my explosive steps at the end, and jumping straight up and twisting the leg.
Thank you. We'd like to thank Mr. Golden and his assistant coaches, and also Terry, for coming down here to speak with us.
Thank you, Andrea. And now here is Charlie Miller with our tribute to Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is an extra special day of the year. Mothers do so much for us, and we do not give them enough credit. On Mother's Day, it gives us the opportunity to show our appreciation and love for everything they do for us every day of the year. All over the world, people send their mother a card and showing them how grateful they are for everything they do for them. Here's our card for Mother's Day from Brainerd. It's those who mean the most to us each day throughout the year that we remember lovingly when Mother's Day is here. And so this means the perfect time to say what's always true. Each day is so much happier because of people like you. Have a very happy Mother's Day.
That's our show for tonight. For the entire Brainerd News staff, this is Michael Arrington saying good night and see you next week.
And now I'd like to show you how we prepared for that show, that particular show itself, and how we took out all the retakes and edited it, and here it is right now. I'll do the sequence opening, Amy Miller, Andrea Kilpatrick, then Charlie Miller. As we're taping now, we're going to do Mike.
We'll wait him out.
Waiting for the sonic boom.
Oh, that was a good one. You got that one.
Good evening, this is Michael Arrington welcoming you to Brainerd News. This week has been a busy one for us here at Brainerd. The spring sports season has just gotten underway, and also last Friday was Arbor Day. Here at Brainerd, we honored Arbor Day by taking some special time out to plant a cherry tree in Brainerd's own front yard. To get on with tonight's show, here is Amy Miller with the spring sports results.
Okay, we'll do it again. Slow down.
The spring sports season has really taken off here at Brainerd, and within 1 week, 11 sports... By Thursday, our 7th grade girls got things rolling, though, and... Jeez. Should just go from there? By Thursday? No?
We must start at the beginning. There's no natural.
Mm-hmm.
you look down and get lost.
During this meet, Terry Ferguson broke a 10-year record. For 5 feet, 8 3/4 inches is the new high jump record here at Brainerd. We will fill you in more about this meet later on in the evening.
What happened?
I don't know, as I went along. Just yesterday, the 7th grade girls softball team furthered their winning ways by overcoming Heritage 13. Just yesterday?
There's too many cuts. You're going to have to start from the beginning of that.
Okay, on Monday.
After the track thing.
Okay. On Monday, our 8th grade girls softball team lost to Heritage by a score of 4-0, but the 8th grade boys. On Monday, the 8th grade girls softball team lost to Heritage by the score of 4-0.
Thank you, Amy. And now I would like to introduce Andrea Kilpatrick, who is interviewing some very special guests. Guests.
Here we are interviewing Brainerd's 3 track coaches who you've all seen before on Brainerd News. Mr. Murphy, what is your job as assistant track coach?
Andrea, I'm responsible for the long-distance runners and also working with the relay teams this year.
Mr. Murphy, what do you do as a member of the track? You guys are getting me all mixed up. It's not funny.
I didn't know whether he's going to correct him or not. I didn't know what to do.
I look for Terry to even better that mark by the end of the year. I don't think that 6 feet is out of the question for him if he continues to work hard.
You have to introduce him, remember? You have to say.
Actually, Terry was nothing. He was nothing.
We'd like to thank Mr. Golden and his assistant coaches and also Terry for coming down here to speak with us.
Excuse me, Andrea, since it is Mother's Day, my mother's watching. Since she's a taxpayer, happy Mother's Day to Mom, Mother Murphy in Philadelphia, happy Mother's Day, and any other.
Now I'm thanking Andrea, right? Okay. Thank you, Andrea. And now here is Charlie Miller with our tribute to Mother's Day.
Okay. Now, what are we doing first?
Charlie.
Close? You want to close?
Let Charlie do it, then I can close.
Okay, they're not ready yet, so let's do Charlie's now.
Right, you want this anyplace?
Right there. All right, move over a little that way.
Get this card out of here right now.
Okay, we don't want to see it.
Well, I'm going to stop after this is over, then I got to read it.
Okay, so that's no problem. Anytime.
Mother's Day is an extra special day of the year. Mothers do so much for us, and we do not give them enough credit.
That's our show for tonight. For the entire Brainerd News staff, this is Michael Arrington saying good night and see you next week.
You know, it's a lot different on this side of the camera. We do ask the students to do certain things, but it's a lot easier said than done. One of our biggest problems here on Brainerd News is the time allotment. Mr. Haas, who is the director and coordinator of Cherry Hill Cable News, would like us to do only a 5-minute segment. But as you can see, we usually run overtime. And we're sorry about that, Mr. Haas, and we'll try to do better next year. And at this time, we'd like to close our program with a special presentation. Okay, would everyone line up, please? Let's go. What are we doing? Well, that's our show for this evening, and that's our final show. And we'd like to say thank you for listening to us every week. And I'd like to introduce you to the members of the Brainerd News team in this order: Timothy McEnany, Amy Miller, Michael Rose, Joanna Lifshee, Andrea Kilpatrick, Amy Peterson, Charlie Miller, and our anchorman, Mike Arrington.
Good evening, and welcome to What's News at Heritage. My name is Fred Goldstein, and for about the past 20 weeks, it's been my pleasure to help our Heritage students produce the What's News at Heritage TV show. Tonight is my chance to get in front of the cameras for the first time for our last show, because we'd like to do something special tonight, something special for some very special Heritage students. So at this time, I'd like to begin our first TV awards presentation, where we try to honor and recognize some outstanding students who have achieved outstanding honors in various areas. This time I'd like to present our first award presenter, Mr. Robert Boyle, who is head coach of the league champion varsity baseball team. Mr. Boyle.
Thank you, Fred. At this time, I'd like to present the award for Heritage Baseball Most Valuable Player to none other than David Hogle. Come on over, Dave. Congratulations. David had a fantastic year for our baseball team this year. He batted a very high 542. It was almost the top batting average on the team. He pitched us to 3 wins, no losses. He also had 1 save. He had a fantastic defensive year at shortstop, coming up with 1 diving play after another. Very few errors during the course of the season. And he was also voted our championship slider of the year with 1 head-first dive after another, only to rival Pete Rose on the bases. So I'd like to present our award to David this time for Heritage Baseball MVP.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I could contribute to the Heritage baseball season this year. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
One thing Mr. Boyle didn't mention was that this was Heritage's 2nd straight victory. And Mr. Boyle asked me to also congratulate Mr. Bruce Simons for Brainerd for having a good year and once again finishing 2nd place for the 2nd straight year. This time, our 2nd award is going to be presented by the Heritage head coach of track, Mr. Nelson Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Goldstein. This year we had two outstanding track players, and it was very difficult for me to decide which one should get most valuable player, so we are going to give them to 2 people this year. I'd like to have Tony Pope step forward, please, and Amy Corbett. These are 2 of the fastest people that we've ever had here at Heritage. Amy was an outstanding 100-meter dash runner and also a 400-meter runner. She also participated in the long jump. Ironically, Tony Pope did exactly the same thing. Outstanding in the 100 meters and 400-meter runner and also a long jumper. I have to tell you a little story about these 2. These 2 represented Heritage at the state meet held at Toms River this year, and the 2 of them came in 4th of all the teams invited to the state meet. Just the 2 of them represented our school. Amy was undefeated in the 400 meters, and Tony was also undefeated this year in the 400 meters. They both hold the state record at this time. I'd like to have them say a few words.
Thanks. I'm glad I could be on the track team, and I'm glad I got this award.
Thank you. I had a great year at Heritage. This is my first year at Heritage, and I had participated for 4 years in track, and I had a great year. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Mr. Jack Scheidel, head coach of the girls' varsity softball team. Mr. Scheidel.
Thank you, Mr. Goldstein. I'd like to introduce 2 of the girls who I've chosen to split the Most Valuable Player of the Year award, and they are Lisa Wood and Anita Yanis. To my far right is Anita Yanis, and I'd like to introduce her first. Anita pitched excellently this year. She was 9 for 1 in a win record. and she had one shutout for the entire season. At the bat, she was excellent. She also had a .611 batting average for the season, which tied along with Lisa Wood here. Anita pitched an average of 4 strikeouts. She had excellent defense behind her, and she had a terrific season. Lisa Wood, I changed a couple positions. First, she started out at second base, and we moved her from one position to the other, where she finally ended up as shortstop. At shortstop, she was excellent. She had a terrific arm over to first base. She was well aware of what was going on around on the bases, and defensively, she was definitely outstanding. Lisa Wood, as I had said before, also batted .611. She walked 14 times, had 2 doubles, and she produced 20 runs for the season. So I'd like to congratulate both of them, and I'd like to have them say a few words.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I could participate in softball for Heritage this year.
Just like to say thank you, and we had a great season. You're a great coach.
Thank you.
At this time, we're going to move from sports to the world of music. And Heritage, for years, has had an outstanding tradition of musical excellence. At this time, to present our musical awards, I'd like to call on the Heritage musical instructors, Mr. Walter Kostick and Mr. Robert Goldman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Goldstein. On behalf of Mr. Goldman and myself, we'd like to make some presentations right now to students who have participated in our music activities here at Heritage, doing a phenomenal, fantastic job. And we've selected out of all the students 3. These plaques will be given to the vocally most contributing student, an instrumentally contributing student, and finally, a joint award between Mr. Goldman and myself. This is the award over here, which has the Heritage colors on it, et cetera, et cetera. And we'd like to give this first award, the vocal award, to Miss Sheila Sapita. And it says an outstanding choral member, and of course that goes without saying, soloist, and it's been a member who I could count on at every turn of the way. Here goes Sheila.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Costa. Of course, it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad to win the award.
Thank you. And here's Mr. Goldman.
Thank you, Mr. Kostick. The band member whom I've selected for the Instrumental Music Award is truly an outstanding individual. 2 years in the band, 2 years in the orchestra, 2 years in the stage band, 2 years all South Jersey, very, very high chairs. Every activity that could have been participated in, he was a welcome addition to. He's also been selected to be the principal clarinetist, that is the concertmaster of the Symphonic Band at High School East, another very, very well-deserved honor. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Rob Daniels to step forward, please. Congratulations. I'd like to say a few words.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Goldman. I really had fun in the band.
Thanks a lot, Rob. And now, Mr. Kostick and I would like to give out a joint award called the Music Honor Award. Mr. Kostick?
Yes, as I had said before, this is a combined award from Mr. Goldman and myself. We sat down and we had numerous candidates who've participated both vocally and instrumentally. And we've selected one, a young lady who we both have had an opportunity to spend lots of time with, and she's made considerable contributions to both of our programs, Miss Elizabeth Ashley. Here we go, Liz. Say something.
Thank you. I just want to thank Mr. Goldman and Mr. Kostick for being really good to me and helping me develop in music, and I really had fun in the chorus and the band these 2 years I've been in Heritage.
Our next award is for excellence in the area of performing arts. And I'd like to ask at this time Nina Jaffe and Robin First to join me. Both Nina and Robin this year have taken part in many of the What's News at Heritage broadcasts. And in addition, both girls had major roles in the Heritage play, A Question of Sanity, that did so well at the Bucks County Playhouse this year. I feel especially happy about giving this award because I've known both girls this year quite well, working with them with the TV news shows. And aside from doing such a good job with the shows and with the play, both have shown me that they are very, very special as people, which is more important than anything else. So at this time, I'd like to make this presentation to Nina and to Robin.
I just want to thank you because you've really helped both of us to really be involved in things this year. And I think you've really contributed to our 8th grade year. And I really like knowing you as a teacher and just as everything. And I just wanted to tell you that.
I feel the same way. This has been a really good year, and you've helped contribute to it.
At this point, we're going to go to our final award, which is probably the most prestigious award given at Heritage. And at this time, I'd like Mrs. Della Feldman to join me to explain what the award is and to talk a little bit about the people who will be receiving this award. Mrs. Feldman.
Thank you, Mr. Goldstein. Okay, today I'm happy to present the Certificate of Merit Award to 2 outstanding 8th grade youngsters. Merit awards are presented to students who earn 40 points or more through high scholastic achievement or extracurricular activities. The activities include involvement in such extracurricular activities as sports, band, intramurals, student council, newspaper, yearbook, and of course teachers' aides, and also by achieving high grades, either A's or A's and B's. And today, I'm very proud to present the Merit Award to the outstanding 8th grader, boy, and 8th grade girl who achieved the highest number of points. I'd like to first call Andrew Jaffe, who achieved the award by earning 93 points. Do you want to tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Well, I would just like to thank the teachers who made the award possible for me, and they made my stay at Heritage very enjoyable.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And lots of luck. And I'd like to present the Merit Award to the outstanding 8th grade girl who achieved the highest number of points, and that's Janet Chow. She earned 85 points. Congratulations, Janet. Do you have a few words to say to our audience?
Oh, well, I like to say I like to thank all the teachers, and I had a lot of fun this year participating in all the events.
Okay, congratulations. Thank you. Mr. Goldstein.
It seems that every week we end our show by saying, unfortunately, we're about out of time. And tonight we're also out of days. But before leaving, we have one more award to present, or at least a very special thank you. And that's to Mr. Gordon Hampson, who has been our cameraman and film editor all year, and according to the kids, has made us look better and sound better than we had any right to expect. So a very, very special thank you to Mr. Gordon Hampson. And at this time, I'd like to thank all of the people who joined us today and congratulate all the people who joined us today for a job very, very well done. And for the final time this year, I'd like to thank our viewing audience for watching What's News at Heritage.